As you probably already know by now, I'm a big soccer fan, and that includes the American Domestic League, Major League Soccer, warts and all. Soccer is on my mind because tomorrow is the announcement of the US men's national team roster for the World Cup that starts soon. MLS has had some interesting stories related to enforcement of its marks, and a lot of the fun points back to Miami. Back in 2014, MLS began selling t-shirts and posters entitled Major League Soccer Originals. The t-shirt depicted more than 50 logos purporting to be original MLS logos. Of these logos, there are some logos of teams that were part of MLS in its inaugural year in 1996, such as DC United, the Colorado Rapids, and the Metro Stars. The t-shirt also depicts logos from teams that were around before MLS even existed. Strikingly absent from the t-shirt is the original team from 1996, the Columbus Crew. Why was this obscure shirt created? Trademark registrations do not last forever. In order to continue to receive federal protection, trademark owners must file affidavits of use and/or incontestability, along with specimens showing the mark as used in commerce in statutorily set time periods. If the trademark owners fail to do this, they risk cancellation of their marks. Could this t-shirt have been used as a specimen, or were the old marks simply ornamentation? An old team, the Miami Fusion, folded in 2002, and MLS allowed the marks for Fusion Miami FC and M Fusion FC be cancelled in 2006 and 2007 respectively. In 2013 and 2014, IntelliSport Inc. filed various intent-to-use trademark applications under 1B for Miami Fusion FC, Miami Fusion Cup, Miami Fusion Award, Miami Fusion Movement, and some logos. On December 1st, 2014, MLS filed an opposition to the wordmark Miami Fusion FC. In the opposition, MLS asserted, quote, in 1997, one of the two expansion teams, Miami Fusion FC, began play in 1998, end quote. MLS claimed common law rights in the mark and argued that the new applied for marks were likely to confuse the public, partly because, quote, soccer legend David Beckham would exercise his option for ownership of an MLS expansion team in Miami, end quote. The continuous use aspect seems a bit tenuous. After Beckham's announcement, there were rumors that the new MLS team would be named Miami Fusion FC. Fast forward several years, and Miami is finally ready to have another MLS team. Trademarks again enter the discussion. World-famous football club, Inter-Esting Milano, plays in Serie A, the first division soccer league in Italy. This club is commonly referred to as Inter Milan or simply Inter. They filed a trademark application on March 18, 2014 for Inter in several classes of goods, and in Class 41 for entertainment services, namely organizing, conducting, and staging professional soccer games and exhibitions and production of radio and television programs in the nature of professional soccer games and exhibitions. Inter did not get published for opposition until September 25, 2018. On September 24, 2018, Major League Soccer filed its own application for the Miami expansion team, which was now going to be called Club Internacional de Futbol Miami. On March 25, 2019, Major League Soccer filed an opposition to the Inter application. In 2021, the TAF rejected Major League Soccer's argument that there was a likelihood of confusion, pointing out MLS did not sufficiently plead a legitimate interest in avoiding a likelihood of confusion, and because it did not claim any prior rights to use the term. Thus, the opposition was allowed to go forward on the descriptiveness claim only. That opposition is still pending, and as recently as October 11, 2022, the opposition was suspended for 60 more days to allow the parties to discuss settlement. As background, here's a bit of American soccer history. It became popular for MLS teams to Europeanize their names. For example, some teams call themselves football clubs, or FC, even though the sport is primarily referred to as soccer in the United States. MLS teams use other words such as Sporting in Kansas City and Real in Salt Lake City. The term Real typically refers to a Monarchs team such as Real Madrid in Spain. And of course, there are the Uniteds modeled after the Premier League team Manchester United, such as DC United, Minnesota United, and Atlanta United FC. There's also a desire for soccer-specific stadiums in MLS, and New York City FC is continuously chided for playing in Yankee Stadium and being unable to find its own stadium. This need for a soccer-specific stadium is one of the reasons it took so long for MLS to get another Miami team. So when Miami announced its name as Inter Miami, it was rightfully greeted with derision and cries of Euro snobbery. There was some writing about this trademark dispute in 2021, and I'm going to link the articles in the description below. What's at stake? Excerpts do not believe Inter Miami would need to change its name, but merchandising would be complicated, and MLS could not advertise Inter Miami as simply Inter. On the other hand, Inter Milan's efforts to make money in North America could be hindered if MLS is able to prevent registration of Inter. Meanwhile, Inter Miami continues to play in MLS under that name until they recently bowed out of the 2022 playoffs. So, what do you think? Is this much ado about nothing? Are trademark rights being appropriately enforced here? The intersection of soccer and trademarks is of utmost interest to me, and soccer and trademarks are fun.